Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And I know Election Day is a day away, and that forecast is pretty good, but what about today?
Today, well, a cooler one. Not too cool, seasonable, temperatures in the 50s, but this morning, a little crisp out there. Temperatures in the 30s. In fact, a look across central New York right now, we can see most of our area are in the 30s, 37 in Rome, 34 in Hamilton, 29 crisp degrees in Saranac Lake, but there are warmer temperatures out to the west. 51 degree start to the day out in Buffalo. By the way, Buffalo with that huge win yesterday. Congratulations, Buffalo. I think now what, 7-2? Central New York zooming in, 38 in Westmoreland, 29 Little Falls, Southern Valleys, 28 Sherburne, 27 in Cooperstown. And the radar looks a little busy, but most of this is actually falling up in the sky. There's enough dry air near the surface where a lot of this rain and even a few flurries are not reaching the ground. But heading up into the higher elevations, the Adirondacks, would not be shocked if there are a few flurries flying in the air. Our next 12 hours, well, temperatures start out rather cool in the 30s, climbing as high as the 50s by this afternoon. So it's a seasonable day today with highs right around 53, 54 degrees. We are tracking warmer days ahead. We'll talk about when that arrives and how long that lasts straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. 11 people are
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise. The time now is 5:12. We're getting you set to head out the door this morning on the Munson CommuteCast. And first off, a live look in Old Forge right now. Temperature sitting at 33 degrees. A chilly start to the day today, not only in the North Country, but even heading into the Utica area. 37 crisp degrees out there right now, but it's dry. Same thing in Cooperstown, although even cooler. 27 the temperature at this point. In fact, we're getting close to those temperatures we saw last night, or at least yesterday morning, with temperatures pretty much in a lot of locations down into the 20s. Oneonta, our view back online, 34 degrees down in the City of the Hills. And as we take a look at our traffic tracker early this morning, we've got no incidents to report of, but I do want to clarify again that roadwork being done in Richfield Springs. I mentioned this last week. However, there were delays being done on the roadwork, but it's going to be starting today, November 4th. Any of these roads right here, no parking allowed as they're doing paving in Richfield Springs. But this morning, it's a cool but dry start, maybe a few spotty flurries in the highest of elevations. And this afternoon, it's dry, it's cloudy, temperatures in the 50s. We'll be keeping a close eye on potential rainfall tonight, but for tomorrow, it could be another very warm day. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The balloons for the 98.
There's spoil your day. Tune in for the Storm Tracker 2 CommuteCast, brought to you by Munson. Visit Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity. Visiting Munson and the Storm Tracker 2 CommuteCast, both free and both Utica's very own. Remember, all roads lead to Munson.
This portion of News Channel 2 is brought to you by PJ Green.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Well, today it starts out rather crisp. Temperatures in the 30s. A live look at downtown Utica. Somewhat, at least some locations could wake up to a frosty start, but as you can see here, it's 37 in the city. At Griffiths and Rome, still sitting at 37 as well, with a dew point of 27. There's very dry air across the board here early this morning. And with that wind, feels like 31 degrees. Now, why is that dry air important? Well, take a look at the radar. It looks pretty busy out there. We got potentially some snow up to the north and some rain out to the west. But again, with that dry air in place, a lot of locations waking up to a dry start. However, elevated flurries and drizzle could take place in the higher elevations where that moisture layer is far closer to the ground. Of course, with the ground also being higher up. So in that case, most of the area is dry with the exception of potentially parts of the North Country. Now today, we'll see temperatures climb into the mid-50s, so we're seasonably cool this time of year. Matter of fact, we are looking at an average day here by early November standards. Normal high sits at 53 degrees. Wind speeds a little breezy today, but not too bad. Wind speeds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. And as we look ahead to the week, well, we got a few breaks of sunshine today. There actually will be a lot more sunshine tomorrow. Following that, Wednesday, a little more cloudy, and then Thursday, a few breaks in the clouds once more. Regarding rainfall, we've got an isolated chance for rain late this evening and tonight as a warm front moves over our region. We're dry for Tuesday, but as Wednesday and Thursday approach, we have a better shot for rain Wednesday morning especially, and then some lingering lake effect drizzle by Thursday. And so, if you're going to vote tomorrow or just wait for the election results. Again, you couldn't ask for better weather to go out and vote. Weather should not be an excuse. Again, this is one of our rights as Americans, and recommend doing it tomorrow. We got 70s and partly cloudy skies. So this is weather that you can't really complain too much about, especially by early November. And so the larger scale picture right now, this warm front is surging up to the north right here. There's a chance for a few spotty showers late tonight. Notice here those warm temperatures begin to surge north. We'll see a warm day tomorrow, then here comes that cold front by Wednesday. And so in our skycast, here comes those spotty showers late tonight, and then temperatures will remain in the 50s up into the 70s by tomorrow afternoon. And so your 7-day forecast following tomorrow, a few early morning rain showers from a cold front on Wednesday, a high of 66. We're back into the 50s again by Thursday, and those temperatures will continue through the end of the week and into the start of the weekend. So we're not looking at a major cool down, but the only actual warm up will be tomorrow with a high of 71. And dry conditions as well. Gary?
Eric, thank you. The time right now is 5:21. Still ahead on Sunrise.
November 4th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And that bus stop forecast is a chilly one.
Yes, bundle up a little bit heading out the door this morning. We're talking about 30s across the board. Matter of fact, look at those temperatures here in central New York. We're sitting at 37 degrees in Rome, 34 Hamilton, 29 Saranac Lake. I want to turn our attention to western New York, however. It's 51 degrees out in Buffalo. That's a sign of what's going to come by tomorrow. It's this gradual warm-up as a warm front arrives from the west. So we'll see temperatures seasonable today in the 50s, but even warmer days ahead. Temperature at 41 Outer Lake, 29 Little Falls to the south, 30 Sherburne, 34 in Oneonta. And the radar looking a little busy, but a reminder that we still have plenty of dry air near the surface, so a lot of this rain and even a few flurries aren't quite reaching the ground, with the exception of the highest of elevations north of the Mohawk Valley in the North Country, where there could be some more saturated air, as that, of course, higher elevation means that that moisture is near to the ground. And so what do you want to wear today? Well, I recommend keeping that sweater handy, maybe even that winter jacket early this morning. Keep those gloves out as well. I definitely had to grab mine this morning with temperatures in the 30s. But today, we're warming up into the 50s. Seasonably cool, but by tomorrow, looking at near 70 degrees. We'll talk about that, plus if that 70-degree stretch lasts coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. There is just one day left. And what
Neurosurgery, where Dr. Q cares about you.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everyone. Happy Monday. Here's to a new week. And as we approach the first full week in November, let's take a look at our photo of the day today. This one takes us to a view over the Mohawk Valley. Now, the technical location was from Holland Patton going down Route 12 into the valley. But I think the main thing here is that great shot of the crescent moon in the twilight of sunset. Amazing photo right here, submitted by an anonymous viewer. If you would like to submit a photo like this one, you can send the link right there on the top of your screen, wktv.com/weather/pics, where we continue to show all the photos you guys have taken all across central New York right here on Sunrise. Now today, it's a cool start. Temperatures begin in the 30s, some spots 20s, other spots, especially up near Otter Lake, sitting at 41 degrees. Typical warm spot here locally. But as we head throughout the day today, we'll see temperatures climb as high as the mid-50s, so right around average for this time of year. But we got a warmer day ahead in time for Election Day. We'll, of course, talk about that, plus how long that warm stretch lasts straight ahead. Gary?
Thanks. The vast majority of parents agree it's critical.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. The time now is 5:50, and we are starting out the day today with a crisp morning. Temperatures in the 30s. Downtown Utica right now, it's cool, it's dry, as we take a look right here in the city. Officially at Griffith and Rome, we're sitting at 37 degrees, dry air near the surface, and with that wind chill, it feels like 31 out. So definitely bundle up heading out early this morning. Now, I'm mentioning that dew point because as we take a look at the radar right now, it looks pretty busy. We've got some light rain out over here, maybe even a few flurries with the white and blue indications right here. But a lot of this is happening well above the surface. Matter of fact, a lot of this is actually melting before it reaches the ground. So for most of us, we're actually starting out dry, with the exception of some higher elevations where those flurries could saturate the atmosphere enough. What called evaporative cooling, which could actually produce a few flurries. So again, parts of the highest elevations could see a few flurries, most of us remaining entirely dry. Now throughout the day, we start out chilly. We climb to an average high of 55 degrees, right around normal for this time of year. As we head throughout the next few days, well, matter of fact, heading into tomorrow, we've got a warm one. So Election Day, what will it be like? Well, you're not driving to the polls on snowy conditions or stormy conditions. We actually got sunshine and temperatures in the 70s. This will be a great day tomorrow to head out and do any voting if you have not done early voting just yet. So again, one of the best things we can do in this country is exercise our right to vote. I recommend going and doing that tomorrow. Our chances for sunshine today, a few breaks here and there, but mainly cloudy skies. As you head into tomorrow, more sunshine, but overcast skies return on Wednesday. Regarding rainfall, an isolated chance for rain, especially northwest of Utica later on this evening and tonight as a warm front moves over our region. But we're dry for Tuesday, better shot for rain Wednesday from a cold front. Lingering lake effect drizzle by Thursday. And the largest scale picture right now, we've got this weakened area of low pressure moving over our region, that warm front supplying us with some elevated moisture. Some of that could reach the ground by the overnight hours into early tomorrow. Notice the highest chances for rain are north and west of Utica. By tomorrow, here comes that warm surge. We've got a warm day for your Tuesday, and then this cold front finally arrives by Wednesday, and that'll bring with it the slight cool down, but mainly rain showers for early Wednesday morning. And so in our skycast, mainly cloudy skies today, a few breaks in the overcast. By this afternoon, we'll see cloudy skies, and this evening, potential for a stray shower heading into early Tuesday morning. Tuesday will dry out by the afternoon, temperatures in the 70s, and completely dry weather on tap for the daytime. Following that, rain showers early on Wednesday, and then by Thursday and Friday, we're back into the 50s, right around average for this time of year, continuing to be in the low 50s by Saturday and Sunday of next weekend. So we've got one very warm day and then some average days heading into the end of the week, Gary.
And it's an important day. Get out and vote, as
Very
you said.
important, and weather's not an excuse.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:53, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you're getting ready to get the kids out to the bus stop this morning, make sure they're bundled up.
Yes, we got a cool one early today, and on top of that, I think the main thing that really affected me was that time change. The sunset was so early last night, I got tired at like 5 o'clock and I'm ready to go to bed. But early this morning, we actually can see the twilight of the sunrise. Sunrise has been so late over the past few days, we haven't quite seen it just yet. But here it is, the sunrise happening a little earlier in the morning before, again, it'll eventually go past 7 a.m. as we head closer to the winter solstice. Around the state, those temperatures, as Gary mentioned, are rather chilly. In the 30s for much of the region. 38 Rome, 36 Hamilton, 33 Lake Pleasant, into the 20s in the Mohawk Valley, and into the 20s as you head down into Cooperstown. Now, the radar is looking rather active, but most of this is actually just elevated rain and snowfall. A lot of this is not actually even reaching the ground, aside from some patchy drizzle, wintry mix flurries up in the highest elevations north of the valley. And so, what do you want to wear today? Well, you could grab that heavier jacket like I did this morning, or you can grab that sweater. Either way, keep those gloves handy. It's a cool one early today, warming up into the 50s by this afternoon. Now, although it's cool to start today, we actually got a warm day on tap for tomorrow. We'll talk about how warm we get, plus if that warm stretch lasts through the week, coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. 11 people are recovering.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise. The time now is 6:12, and we're getting you set to head the door this morning on the Munson CommuteCast. And first, let's take a live look in Old Forge right now. It's 34 degrees, a crisp start to the day today, but also looking mainly dry. A few isolated spots in the North Country could see a few flurries as this warm front continues to shift slightly north of our area. Downtown Utica sitting at 37 degrees, but on top of that also we can see the faint distance of the early morning twilight, even a few clouds showing some vibrant reds as a colorful sunrise is possible in areas out to the east. Cooperstown sitting at 28 degrees with a chilly start to the day today. And lastly, Oneonta, a great shot of the sunrise, temperature sitting at 34 degrees. Traffic tracker looking quiet right now. A reminder, as I mentioned last week, there'd be road work done, or at least paving being done in Richfield Springs. That has been delayed to this week, especially starting today. So on these roads, parking is not permitted while paving is being done. Again, this is taking place in Richfield Springs over the next few days. Now today, temperatures start out in the 30s, a chilly start this morning, but by this afternoon, we're seasonably cool into the mid-50s. But we got a warmer day on tap for tomorrow. We'll talk about how warm it gets and how long that warm stretch lasts straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The balloons for the 98th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Your day. Tune in for the Storm Tracker 2 CommuteCast, brought to you by Munson. Visit Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity. Visiting Munson and the Storm Tracker 2 CommuteCast, both free and both Utica's very own. Remember, all roads lead to Munson.
This portion of News Channel 2 is brought to you by PJ Green.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Well, today starts out rather crisp. Temperatures in the 30s. Downtown Utica right now, although it's cool, it's also dry. However, there are some spots, isolated spots, way up in the highest of elevations north that could see a few spotty flurries. Now, current conditions at Griffiths and Rome sitting at 38 degrees, up 1 degree in the last hour. But it is feeling a little cooler out with that wind chill. Wind speeds around 9 miles per hour. Now, the dry air in place right now is why we're looking at dry conditions. Because if you take a look right here, it's a pretty active radar. However, a lot of this is happening well above the ground. Some locations down here near the border of Otsego in Delaware County, there might be some decent snowfall rates taking place right there, enough to produce maybe some snowfall, again, in the highest elevations in those hilltops. But again, most of us early today starting out dry. Now, throughout the day, we'll start out in the 30s, climb as high as the 50s by this afternoon. So a seasonably average day here in central New York. However, as we turn our attention to Election Day tomorrow, we're looking at warm weather. Temperatures in the 70s as well as partly cloudy skies. So we've got great conditions to head out to the polls tomorrow. Highly recommend go out and do the American duty we are so thankful to have here in this country. Now, heading throughout the next few days, regarding sunshine, we got a few breaks today. It's mainly overcast skies. By tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, a few passing clouds. Overcast on Wednesday as a cold front moves over our region. Maybe some few sunny spots peeking out by the late evening. Partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies in store for us on Thursday. Regarding rainfall, same story. We got an isolated shower today as a warm front moves north. Dry for your Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, better shot for scattered showers as a cold front moves in the early morning, and then a few spotty lake effect showers on tap for us on Thursday. So what's going on here in the bigger picture? Well, we got this warm front right out to the west, and leading in front of it is some moisture. Now, we could see a few spotty showers overnight into early tomorrow morning, but by tomorrow afternoon, we get this surge of warm weather and sunshine before a cold front arrives by the morning hours on Wednesday. And so in our Skycast today, it's a mainly dry day. Notice up to the north and west of Utica, better shot for rain. Best shot for rain will actually be during the overnight hours tonight. And then some early morning clouds give way to sunshine by tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures peaking into the low 70s, and will still remain on the mild side through Wednesday. High of 66. The cold weather doesn't actually begin to move back in again until Thursday and Friday, and of course, cold being relative, we're back into the 50s for Thursday, lingering through Saturday and Sunday of next week. So we got nice weather for Election Day tomorrow, Gary, and no excuse to not go out to the polls.
You said it right. Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook.
Warm-up is on the way. Today is Monday, November 4th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And for the kids heading out to the bus stop, besides it being chilly, now you're seeing some wind, too.
Yes, some decent wind out there this morning, a cool start, as well as we can actually see outside right now with that. The clock's getting back an hour. We actually have an early morning twilight. Take a live look outside right now. A great shot of the sunrise in Oneonta right now. We always get those beautiful sunrises from this camera right here. And yes, we are seeing an early morning twilight, early morning sunrise. But also taking a look at those temperatures, sitting at 38 in Rome, 36 in Hamilton, just reaching the 30-degree mark up in Saranac Lake. Notice out to the west, Buffalo, sitting at 51 degrees. By the way, Buffalo with that last second, what was it, 50, 60-something yard field goal for the win? 61 yards, wow, for the win. Now they're 7-2 this year. Congrats to the Buffalo Bills. Central New York, temperatures in the 30s and 20s. Southern Valleys also in the 30s and 20s. So it's a cool start to the day today, but also radar looking a little active. However, most of this is actually elevated moisture, elevated flurries and rain showers. A lot of this is actually not reaching the ground. We have a close look on some surface conditions behind us right now. But what can you expect to wear today? Well, I recommend dressing a little warm, especially this morning. Keep those gloves handy, maybe a sweater, or I would say maybe winter jacket, depending on how cool you guys will be. But temperatures climb as high as the mid-50s by this afternoon. Now, although today will be on the seasonably cool side, we have a warmer day on tap for Election Day tomorrow. But will that continue beyond tomorrow and through the week? We'll, of course, talk about that coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. There is just one day left in what has been.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Monday morning as we take a look at our photo of the day today. This one takes us to not quite Holland Patton, but a drive from Holland Patton down Route 12 into the Mohawk Valley. We were seeing our photo of the crescent moon over the Mohawk Valley. An amazing photo of the late evening twilight out in the distance overlooking the amazing Mohawk Valley. If you would like to submit a photo like this one, send it to the link right there in the top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics. We'll showcase most locations all across central New York. We have a lot more submissions already coming in this morning, and so many we haven't gotten to just yet. So big thank you to all those who have been submitting your photos. Now this morning, well, we're starting out rather chilly. Temperatures are in the 30s, 38 in Westmoreland or Whitesboro, 38 in Westmoreland, 33 Lake Pleasant, 29 in Cooperstown. And so most locations, although could be frosty, have a decent wind taking place right now. Now, as we head throughout the day today, we'll see those temperatures climb from the 30s and 20s up into the 50s, mid-50s by this afternoon. So a seasonably cool day here all across central New York. And as you turn our attention to the next few days, we got a warm one on tap for tomorrow. 71 the high. We'll cool down a little bit as we head throughout the rest of the work week. We'll talk about those rainfall chances coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A clash of champions in Verona this week.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Well, today starts out dry, but rather chilly. Temperatures in the 30s. Downtown Utica right now, we are taking a look at generally overcast skies. We saw a glimpse of a somewhat colorful sunrise out in the distance, but that has been replaced by a few low-lying clouds here locally. Those current conditions sitting at 38 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. A decent wind, so that wind chill is rather cool. But I want to turn our attention, of course, to that sunrise and sunset time. You got an earlier sunrise now, pre-7 a.m., but that sunset is that huge difference. It's before 5 p.m. And I'll say yesterday, I got extremely tired after that sunset so early. It felt like it was already nighttime. One of the only things I'm not a big fan of heading into winter time is that early sunset. But the good news is I have an early shift, so I'm up bright and early, and I get to see most of that daylight. Throughout the area right now in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, we've got a few locations potentially seeing a few flurries and snow showers. Those are primarily in the higher elevations north. They got enough dry air near the surface here locally where a lot of this activity is not reaching the ground. Following this morning, we'll actually see dry conditions for most of the day today. Temperatures peaking into the mid-50s. So it's a average day today. High 55, normal high sits at 53 degrees. Rainfall chances will likely increase as we head into tonight from a warm front. Now, from that warm front, well, what will the weather be like for tomorrow? Our election forecast calls for partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 70s. This will be fantastic weather for heading out to the polls tomorrow. I will say weather will not be an excuse heading out to do so your elections early tomorrow morning. Or even tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, whatever time you have tomorrow. Again, weather looks to be great for that. Now, today, a few breaks in the clouds possible. Otherwise, better shot for sunshine tomorrow. Overcast skies Wednesday, a few passing clouds on Thursday. Our completely dry day will be tomorrow. Following that, a few numerous showers by the morning hours on Wednesday. Lake effect patchy drizzle on Thursday. And looking at the larger scale picture, here comes that warm front. We got some moisture that will likely fall generally north and west of Utica overnight into early tomorrow morning. Following that, we'll see that sliver of dry weather move in as well as that warm air before this cold front right here sweeps eastward, and we'll see a gradual cool down as we head into the second half of the week. And so in our Skycast today, mostly cloudy skies, a few spotty showers overnight into early tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow will start out generally overcast, a few spotty sprinkles. By the afternoon, though, sunshine moves in and temperatures climb as high as the low 70s. Following that, we'll see clear skies move in heading into early Wednesday morning with patchy fog, and then potential for some spotty showers Wednesday morning lingering into the early afternoon before we will cool down a little bit Thursday and Friday. So we got a couple of days of mild or warm weather. Tuesday and Wednesday, 71 the high Tuesday, 66 the high Wednesday, back into the 50s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be right back.
I'm most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Monday morning, everyone. We started out the day today with temperatures in the 30s near frosty levels, and as we head throughout the day today, we'll climb into the 50s by this afternoon. So a seasonably cool day here across the region. Radar and satellite earlier this morning showed a few snow showers rolling through the highest elevations up in the Adirondacks. Our cameras that we were looking at earlier today, it was able to show that there was snow falling again in the highest elevations. A lot of the surface, mainly the Mohawk Valley and south, looking relatively rain or snow free. Now, throughout the day today, we'll see again temperatures climbing seasonably cool into the mid-50s. So we got that on tap for today. Along with that, too, wind speeds somewhat breezy, 10 to 15 miles per hour, but overall not too bad. The main thing, though, as you head to the next few days is Election Day tomorrow. Now, the weather for Election Day tomorrow is actually pretty nice. Now, we got all these options here for the potential weather for tomorrow, and the winter will actually be partly cloudy skies, temperatures peaking in the 70s by the afternoon. So we've got a well above average day to head out to the polls tomorrow. Now, over the next few days, we'll take a look at first sunshine potential. Now, we've got a few breaks possible today, but clouds will remain relatively dominant. Tomorrow, a lot more chances for sunshine, overcast skies on Wednesday, and then a few breaks in the clouds as we head into Thursday. But let's talk about those rainfall chances as well. Isolated chances today. We are on the fringe of a warm front, and some of these spotty showers could actually reach the surface. We're not entirely dry today. We are dry following the morning hours, and then Wednesday, scattered showers throughout the morning from a cold front. That'll bring our best shot for rain between now and eventually the end of the week. Thursday, lingering lake effect drizzle, but other than that, we're looking pretty quiet. So, bigger picture right now, we've got this warm front surging to the north, and with that, we've got potential for a few flurries in the highest elevations early today. That'll change over to potential rain as we head into this evening and tonight. Notice here, we got that warm air getting supplied in from the southwest over our area by tomorrow, bringing up those temperatures into the 70s. And then here comes that cold front as we turn to Wednesday morning, bringing in some rain showers. And so on our Skycast for today, temperatures starting out in the 30s, climbing up into the 50s by this afternoon with mostly cloudy skies. By tonight, a few passing showers, lows falling down into the low 50s. Tuesday morning, mostly cloudy skies, a few areas of patchy drizzle, but then by the afternoon, sunshine moves in, highs climb into the 70s. Wednesday evening, sunshine still sticking around. Wednesday night, patchy fog forming, and then by Wednesday morning, still a few breaks in the clouds, but then here comes those rain showers by the mid-morning, and this will be our next shot for decent rainfall. I know we've been still very dry, at least more dry than average over the past month, past 2 months as well. And then, of course, following that by Wednesday afternoon, high temperatures will still be in the 60s. And so your 7-day forecast, we've got a slight warm up tomorrow and Wednesday. Windy, by the way, on Wednesday. And then following that, we're down to average temperatures for early November in the 50s by Thursday, Friday, and including Saturday and Sunday.
Furniture Legs can be New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Monday morning, everyone. We started out the day today with temperatures in the 30s near frosty levels, and as we head throughout the day today, we'll climb into the 50s by this afternoon. So a seasonably cool day here across the region. Radar and satellite earlier this morning showed a few snow showers rolling through the highest elevations up in the Adirondacks. Our cameras that we were looking at earlier today, it was able to show that there was snow falling again in the highest elevations. A lot of dry air was near the surface as you had it down in the lower elevations, preventing those snow showers and flurries from falling. Mainly the Mohawk Valley and south looking relatively rain or snow free. Now throughout the day today, we'll see again temperatures climbing seasonably cool into the mid 50s. So we got that on tap for today. Along with that, too, wind speeds somewhat breezy, 10 to 15 miles per hour, but overall not too bad. The main thing, though, as you head to the next few days, is Election Day tomorrow. Now, the weather for Election Day tomorrow is actually pretty nice. Now, we got all these options here for the potential weather for tomorrow, and the winter will actually be partly cloudy skies, temperatures peaking in the 70s by the afternoon. So we've got a well above average day to head out to the polls tomorrow. Now, over the next few days, we'll take a look at first sunshine potential. Now, we've got a few breaks possible today, but clouds will remain relatively dominant. Tomorrow, a lot more chances for sunshine, overcast skies on Wednesday, and then a few breaks in the clouds as we head into Thursday. But let's talk about those rainfall chances as well. Isolated chances today. We are on the fringe of a warm front, and some of these spotty showers could actually reach the surface. We're not entirely dry today. We are dry tomorrow following the morning hours, and then Wednesday, scattered showers throughout the morning from a cold front. That'll bring our best shot for rain between now and eventually the end of the week. Thursday, lingering lake effect drizzle, but other than that, we're looking pretty quiet. So, bigger picture right now, we've got this warm front surging to the north, and with that, we've got potential for a few flurries in the highest elevations early today. That'll change over to potential rain as we head into this evening and tonight. Notice here, we got that warm air getting supplied in from the southwest over our area by tomorrow, bringing up those temperatures into the 70s, and then here comes that cold front as we turn to Wednesday morning, bringing in some rain showers. And so on our Skycast for today, temperatures starting out in the 30s, climbing up into the 50s by this afternoon with mostly cloudy skies. By tonight, a few passing showers, lows falling down into the low 50s. Tuesday morning, mostly cloudy skies, a few areas of patchy drizzle, but then by the afternoon, sunshine moves in, highs climb into the 70s. Wednesday evening, sunshine still sticking around. Wednesday night, patchy fog forming, and then by Wednesday morning, still a few breaks in the clouds, but then here comes those rain showers by the mid-morning, and this will be our next shot for decent rainfall. I know we've been still very dry, at least more dry than average over the past month, past 2 months as well. And then, of course, following that, by Wednesday afternoon, high temperatures will still be in the 60s. And so your 7-day forecast, we've got a slight warm-up tomorrow and Wednesday. Windy, by the way, on Wednesday. And then following that, we're down to average temperatures for early November in the 50s by Thursday, Friday, and including Saturday and Sunday.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Monday morning, everyone. We started out the day today with temperatures in the 30s near frosty levels, and as we head throughout the day today, we'll climb into the 50s by this afternoon. So a seasonably cool day here across the region. Radar and satellite earlier this morning showed a few snow showers rolling through the highest elevations up in the Adirondacks. Our cameras that we were looking at earlier today, it was able to show that there was snow falling again in the highest elevations. A lot of dry air was near the surface as you had it down in the lower elevations, preventing those snow showers and flurries from falling. Mainly the Mohawk Valley and south looking relatively rain or snow free. Now throughout the day today, we'll see again temperatures climbing seasonably cool into the mid 50s. So we got that on tap for today. Along with that, too, wind speeds somewhat breezy, 10 to 15 miles per hour, but overall not too bad. The main thing, though, as we head to the next few days is Election Day tomorrow. Now, the weather for Election Day tomorrow is actually pretty nice. Now, we got all these options here for the potential weather for tomorrow, and the winter will actually be partly cloudy skies, temperatures peaking in the 70s by the afternoon. So we've got a well above average day to head out to the polls tomorrow. Now, over the next few days, we'll take a look at first sunshine potential. Now, I've got a few breaks possible today, but clouds will remain relatively dominant. Tomorrow, a lot more chances for sunshine, overcast skies on Wednesday, and then a few breaks in the clouds as we head into Thursday. But let's talk about those rainfall chances as well. Isolated chances today. We are on the fringe of a warm front, and some of these spotty showers could actually reach the surface. We're not entirely dry today. We are dry tomorrow following the morning hours, and then Wednesday, scattered showers throughout the morning from a cold front. That'll bring our best shot for rain between now and eventually the end of the week. Thursday, lingering lake effect drizzle, but other than that, we're looking pretty quiet. So, bigger picture right now, we've got this warm front surging to the north, and with that, we've got potential for a few flurries in the highest elevations early today. That'll change over to potential rain as we head into this evening and tonight. Notice here, we got that warm air getting supplied in from the southwest over our area by tomorrow, bringing up those temperatures into the 70s. And then here comes that cold front as we turn to Wednesday morning, bringing in some rain showers. And so on our Skycast for today, temperatures starting out in the 30s, climbing up into the 50s by this afternoon with mostly cloudy skies. By tonight, a few passing showers, lows falling down into the low 50s. Tuesday morning, mostly cloudy skies, a few areas of patchy drizzle, but then by the afternoon, sunshine moves in, highs climb into the 70s. Wednesday evening, sunshine still sticking around. Wednesday night, patchy fog forming, and then by Wednesday morning, still a few breaks in the clouds, but then here comes those rain showers by the mid-morning, and this will be our next shot for decent rainfall. I know we've been still very dry, at least more dry than average over the past month, past 2 months as well. And then, of course, following that by Wednesday afternoon, high temperatures will still be in the 60s. And so your 7-day forecast, we've got a slight warm-up tomorrow and Wednesday. Windy, by the way, on Wednesday. And then following that, we're down to average temperatures for early November in the 50s by Thursday, Friday, and including Saturday and Sunday.
Now, and Eric, not a bad day today, but great weather for people to get out and vote tomorrow. I know a lot of people looking forward to that.
Yes, we've got a cool one in store for us today. Not atypical by November standards. We got a warmer than average day for tomorrow with plenty of sun. Let's take a look outside right now. The sunshine is trying its best to peek out in locations just south and east of Utica, heading down to, say, for example, Oneonta, where it's in the 40s right now, currently sitting at 52 degrees, warmed up a few degrees in the past few minutes. But most of central New York are in the 40s, 48 in Rome, 48 Hamilton, 42 up in Saranac Lake. Even zooming in into parts of the North Country, low 40s, mid to upper 40s in the Mohawk Valley, into the south, approaching the low 50s. Now, this is in the wake of a warm front, so we're not going to cool down all too much tonight. Matter of fact, we can see what's being caused by this warm front. A few spotty showers here and there. Now, for most of this morning, most of us have remained entirely dry. There's been such dry air near the surface that these showers, even a few flurries, did not reach the ground. But I would not be shocked if, for example, this shower right here is producing rain reaching the ground. Again, it's spotty in nature at this point. And so we'll see a mix of mostly cloudy skies for the remainder of the day today, with a better shot for rain as we head into the overnight hours following midnight and 1, 2 a.m. That sets the stage for a warm election day, and we'll see how long that warm stretch lasts coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And one day until election.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. This Monday started out rather chilly. Temperatures pretty much all across the area in the 30s, potentially even 20s. Now, we're still seeing mainly cloudy skies over much of the area and potentially some breaks in the clouds, but most of us a cool, cloudy day here across central New York. Downtown Utica sitting at 44 degrees with generally overcast skies. However, there's some peaks of sunshine taking place out in Rome. Temperature at 48 degrees, feels like 44 with that decent wind of around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now the air is dry near the surface, which is why a lot of this rainfall or picking up on the radar and satellite isn't quite reaching the ground. But some of them will actually begin to reach the ground as we head throughout this evening and tonight. Temperatures will peak in the mid-50s for much of our area today if we're lucky. It's still going to be a cool one, but it's not out of the ordinary. So you're here a normal high of 53 degrees, right around average as we head into the beginning of November. Now, tomorrow, a slightly different story. Well, what can you expect heading out to the polls tomorrow? Well, you've got sunshine and temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s. So we got great weather across the board if you are planning on heading out to any places to cast your vote tomorrow, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening. Morning might be a little bit unsettled with clouds and some patchy drizzle, but by the afternoon, sunshine moves in. And so regarding rainfall, isolated spots today, better shot for rain overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, we dry out, and then we're tracking another chance of rain on Wednesday. A cold front moves through our region, and so I mentioned earlier, we got a warm front arriving. We got one day of warmer than average weather. And as you can see here, here comes the warm spell heading into Tuesday afternoon. Dry weather, sunshine, temperatures upper 60s, low 70s. Now, Wednesday itself will still be rather mild, but then by Wednesday evening, we'll start to cool right back down to average again as we head into Thursday. And so in our skycast, generally cloudy skies today, a few breaks in the cloud cover here and there. This evening and tonight, here comes those rain showers. And then by tomorrow morning, clouds, patchy, spotty drizzle, turning to sunshine by the afternoon and highs in the upper 60s, low 70s. Then as we head into tomorrow night, we'll see clear skies, patchy fog early Wednesday morning. Here comes the rain showers, pretty widespread, or I should say this should be Wednesday. And as we head into Wednesday night into Thursday, we'll gradually dry out once more. And so your 7-day forecast, mostly cloudy today, sunshine tomorrow after some overnight rain. And then by Tuesday night into Wednesday, will still be rather mild, 60s for most of the day, rain showers early Wednesday, and then a slight cool down Thursday and Friday. But tomorrow, it's looking fantastic heading out to the polls.
Not only get out and vote, get out and golf, right?
Golfing weather, too. We have only a few more days. You can probably see 70s. So
that's for sure. Eric, thanks. Well, we are following some breaking news out of the joining us now, and the weather outside isn't too frightful, is it?
Not too frightful. In fact, I think tomorrow's weather will be quite delightful. Oh, yeah. We've got nice weather tomorrow. Today, not too bad. But I also want to showcase some of the notable coming dates here in central New York. We are 23 days away until Thanksgiving, 46 days away until the first day of winter, and we finally hit it 50 days away until Christmas. So If you think it's too early to put up the Christmas tree, I will say a lot of folks have already started. Me kind of guilty myself. I put the tree up, didn't put the lights up yet, but we are now starting to approach that season. Temperatures across the region in the 40s and 50s, 48 in Rome, 50 Hamilton, 42 up in Saranac Lake. Notice some of the colder spots still up in the North Country where there were a few possible flurries earlier on this morning. Now the radar not entirely quiet. As we can see here, a few spotty light showers. A lot of this hasn't quite reached the ground just yet. However, the air is becoming a little more saturated near the ground, and our best shot for rain will be from the lifting of this warm front. And actually, the movement of this front will actually pass just north of Utica. So the Rome area in north into northern Eddy County, Madison, or I would say northern Herkimer County, Lewis County, all could see those rain showers later on this evening and tonight. Now, our next 12 hours, we'll see mainly cloudy skies, a few breaks in the clouds here and there, but our best shot for rain being overnight into early tomorrow morning. That's when our warm weather begins to arrive. I'll talk about near 70-degree temperatures tomorrow and how long that'll last straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. More than 200 people have lost their lives.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. After a chilly start today and overall a cool weekend, we are looking at a somewhat cool afternoon, but warm days are ahead, or maybe warm day singular. Let's take a look at downtown Utica right now, where skies are a little overcast at this point, and temperatures are still sitting at 48 degrees. However, there are some peaks of sunshine. Griffiths and Rome reporting mostly sunny skies, but most of the skies themselves are looking like what you're seeing right there in Utica. And a live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are looking relatively active over much of New York State. Out to the west, we're seeing some slightly heavy downpours. Matter of fact, I'm going to zoom out right here so we can see that there are some rain showers developing out in western New York, and they are continuing to shift north and west, or north and east, I should say. And most of the tail bottom of these showers are going to push north and east and clip parts of Oneida County as far north as, or as far south as Rome, heading closer to Utica. So that's pretty much the extent of the heaviest of rain later on this evening and tonight. The rest of us will be remaining mainly dry as we head through the overnight hours, especially as you head south of Utica. Now this afternoon, regardless of rainfall chances, it's going to be a cloudy one. It's going to be a cool one. Temperatures sit in the 50s for much of our area and remain in the 50s by tonight. Temperatures aren't changing all too much, and that's because that system arriving is a warm front, and it will bring, surprise, surprise, for the weather tomorrow, warmer weather, but also sunshine, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 70s, low 70s for Election Day. So great weather outside tomorrow and a slight cool down as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. And so our driest day of the week this week on Tuesday, morning showers Wednesday, lingering lake effect on Thursday. Larger scale picture. Here's that warm front right here. It's shifting north and east, producing a few spotty showers along that northwestern line. Now, by tomorrow afternoon, that early morning drizzle and clouds fade away. Warm weather makes its appearance, and then we'll see a gradual cool down by Wednesday and into Thursday. And so in our skycast, here are those clouds today. Spotty showers this evening and tonight, again, primarily north and west of Utica. Then by tomorrow, clouds, spotty drizzle, turning to sunshine and temperatures in the 70s. Then by tomorrow night, we'll see skies remain clear, temperatures mild, patchy fog forming. Before by Wednesday morning, early Wednesday morning, it's dry. By the mid-morning, here comes those showers from that cold front. But we actually don't cool down all too much initially. We got to wait until Thursday to see that more notable cool down in the mid-50s. So we got a few somewhat mild days. In fact, Tuesday, I would even put it as a warm side. Anything well above 70 degrees, I would say, is warm weather, especially by November standards, Gary. We're talking about a 71-degree day tomorrow. So you couldn't ask for nice weather to head out to the polls and vote.
That's for sure. Halloween and now Election Day.
Yeah, we can't get away from this nice weather. I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, we'll see about Thanksgiving, right? Eric, thanks. Well, as we mentioned earlier,
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, nice day today, but even nicer tomorrow.
Yeah, temperatures are going to climb into the 70s as we head into Election Day. We're tracking some pretty nice weather. It is chilly out there this evening, but when we get into Election Day, it is going to warm up. We're expecting temperatures to climb into the low 70s with mostly cloudy skies. Out there today, again, cloudy skies. A lot of what's showing up on the radar isn't quite reaching the ground, but we can't rule out a passing shower as we head into this evening. It has been a cool and breezy day. Our current temperature, 48 degrees, cloudy skies, tracking more scattered showers tonight. Warm weather for Election Day, and then we have a cool down, but generally nice weather as we head towards the end of the week. It remains cloudy this evening, temperatures in the 40s. Again, temperatures in the 70s again as we head into tomorrow. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Chronic wasting disease hasn't been detected in New York since 2000.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking warmer weather as we head into Election Day. It turned out to be a pretty chilly day, a temperature of only 45 degrees in downtown Utica. We've had the wind and the cloud cover, which makes it feel even chillier. And with the clocks changing yesterday, it is now past sunset at this time, and it is going to stay like this here for the next couple of months. We'll have a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Some scattered showers continue, especially north and east of Utica. A lot of what we see on the radar hasn't quite made it to the ground. The air is very dry, so even though the radar is detecting the rain, it doesn't quite make it to the ground. We do expect to see a couple of showers here heading into tonight. With the clocks changing, a look at sunset times over the next couple of weeks. Today, the sunset at 4:48. 1 week from today, 4:40. 2 weeks, it's about 4:30. The good news is that we're not going to lose very much daylight from here going forward. Only 23 more minutes we'll lose for the rest of the year. The earliest sunset happens the second week of December, 4:25. So again, we're kind of heading in that direction. But again, there is some changes that will be ahead too. Current temperatures, Westmoreland 47, Dallasville 45 degrees. Deansboro 50, Sherburne 52, Cooperstown 50, and Oneonta with 48. We are tracking a very strong push of warm weather moving in from the west. Our weather that's happening today is caused by a warm front with clouds and showers. This is going to lift north, and it's going to allow for that warm weather to move in tomorrow, but it's only temporary. This will only last about a day and a half before things start to return to normal. Tonight, a few scattered showers. Overnight lows will actually be in the mid-40s, which we're here now, so temperatures will actually slowly rise overnight. Tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and clouds, a breezy, warm day, temperatures near 70 degrees, and it is dry. Tomorrow night, the weather remains dry up until very late tomorrow night into early Wednesday. That's when we track a cold front moving in early in the day. Some showers are expected. Mild, but then cooling off throughout the day, and it's going to be windy as we head into Wednesday afternoon. A newly formed tropical system, Tropical Storm Rafael, is going to move into the Gulf of Mexico over the next several days, expected to become a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane, but it is expected to weaken, though, as it approaches the U.S. Mostly cloudy tonight, low of 46. Tomorrow, looking at mostly cloudy skies, a warm afternoon, a high of 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Windy on Wednesday, 69. The weather for the rest of the week looks pretty nice. We'll see a mix of sunshine and clouds Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Temperatures in the 50s, overnight lows in the 30s, which is where we typically should be this time of the year. The weekend right now, Saturday looks nicer than Sunday. Rain looks to return on Sunday and Monday with temperatures in the upper 50s.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Coming up, severe around America may impact the election in several states. As Laura Aguirre explains, this all comes after a weekend of destructive tornadoes in Oklahoma left around a dozen people injured.
I looked outside, and within like 5 seconds, all hell broke loose. Shane Barker and his dog are among many tornado survivors in Oklahoma City. The National Weather Service says at least 5 twisters, 2 of those powerful EF3 strength, tore through parts of the state overnight Saturday into Sunday. Many residents only had seconds to scramble to safety in the dark, awakened by warnings sent to their cell phones.
I could only see when there was flashes of lightning, like as we were going, but it was just random things like moving.
One of those things was a neighbor's boat, which landed in Katie Anderson's backyard. By the light of day, the full scope of the devastation came into focus. Several homes and businesses flattened or heavily damaged.
It was war zone. The whole roof was just rolled into a burrito, basically.
At least one school lost a good portion of its roof. The state's governor announcing Sunday there's an emergency declaration for 6 counties, and officials are working to ensure all polling places have power ahead of Tuesday's presidential election. There was no relief for the region Monday, with thunderstorm, tornado, wind, and large hail threats persisting from southern Texas up into western Illinois. And through Election Day, the Storm Prediction Center is tracking rainfall between 1 and 3 inches across the central and midwestern U.S., including Wisconsin and Michigan, 2 closely watched swing states. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Let's get you back to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, where we do not have an election weather threat.
No, we're fortunate enough to be on the warm and relatively tranquil side of this weather system. That's going to bring temperatures into the 70s tomorrow for us, and it also means that we will be looking at one of the warmer election days that we've had in recent memory. 71 degrees for the high tomorrow. Wednesday's high 69. The weather does cool down heading into Wednesday afternoon. A cold front arrives. By the time a cold front gets into New York, it is going to lose a lot of its energy. So mostly dealing with rain and some wind here for Wednesday afternoon, followed by much cooler weather heading into the weekend. Temperatures back into the 50s. It's a chilly day today. A couple of sprinkles out there. Just keep that in mind if you're going to be taking the dog out for a walk. This evening, temperatures will remain in the 40s under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's featured dog, Tino from Utica. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking some cooler weather heading towards the end of the week. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. 4 months after a tornado struck downtown.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Tracking some pretty chilly weather today, but that changes tomorrow. A live look in Old Forge, 45 degrees. Notice the roads are wet here. We've been tracking some showers that have been primarily falling north of the Mohawk Valley today. There is the chance of a few passing showers this evening as a warm front is in the process of moving through. We look to the west, we can see a few scattered showers west of Buffalo. The Election Day forecast is looking warm. We'll have a light breeze. Temperatures will be close to 70 degrees in the afternoon. It looks like an outstanding day to be outdoors, and it should be pretty comfortable even into the evening time for those heading out to vote. Skywatchers checking in. It's a cool day. Clinton, 47 degrees. Mike and New Hartford, 50. Helen and Cassville, 48. Fairfield, 43. Jason and Newport, 46. Edmonston, Scott with 51, and Westford with 46. The weather today, cloudy, unsettled, a couple of sprinkles here and there. This is all part of a warm front that's pushing through. On the other side of this, it is quite warm. That south wind's going to kick in tomorrow, and then a cold front will move in as we head into early Wednesday. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, a few passing showers expected tonight. Overnight lows will be in the mid-40s. Actually, if anything, temperatures will rise a few degrees overnight. We'll start out tomorrow morning with temperatures in the mid-50s, cloudy skies. We should quickly see some breaks of sunshine as we head into the afternoon, and temperatures will surge. We'll be near 70 degrees by 1 o'clock, and it stays very mild through tomorrow evening. Overnight lows tomorrow night only expected to be in the mid to upper 50s. Showers arrive Wednesday early in the day. That's part of a cold front, and it's windy and much cooler as we head into Wednesday afternoon, but we're still generally in the 60s even later into the day. We have a newly formed tropical storm, Rafael, that has formed in the Atlantic. This is expected to become a hurricane as we head into the middle of the week. Probably a Category 2 storm, but then it moves into unfavorable an unfavorable environment. A lot of wind shear and dry air expected to interact with this storm as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico. But this could make landfall as a tropical system, likely by the late weekend. We'll keep an eye on that. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, low temperature 46. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and a very warm day, high of 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, windy and cooler on Wednesday, temperatures at the 60s. Thursday, we're into the mid-50s. Nice stretch of weather here as we head into Friday and Saturday. Temperatures in the 50s during the day, overnight lows in the 30s. Rain returns on Sunday and Monday. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We have a warm election day in store here in central New York. We're back to 70 degrees as we head into tomorrow afternoon. It's a chilly day today, but this weather is going to change pretty dramatically over the next 24 hours. And the weather does look dry, so if you're heading out to vote in person tomorrow, again, it is looking to be a very warm day. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Quiet out there. A couple of light rain showers are expected later this evening. This is all part of a warm front moving in, and it's been a pretty chilly day. We're sitting at 47 degrees, and temperatures will remain chilly this evening. But again, this push of warm weather does arrive tomorrow. It's here through early Wednesday before a cold front arrives, causing temperatures to cool off for later this week. Cloudy skies this evening, temperatures in the 40s. I've got to look at the forecast heading into the end of the week, along with the weekend, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It's election.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Chilly today, cloudy skies. The weather, though, is going to change. This weather system that's been bringing us clouds and an east wind, it's part of a warm front. On the other side of this, the weather is going to be dramatically different. Live look in downtown Utica, temperature of 46 degrees. It's been a cloudy, gray day, but things are going to change. So live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Pretty quiet across the area this evening, but I am keeping an eye to the west. There are a couple of very light showers west of Buffalo that will be moving eastward. And again, we're expecting to see a few sprinkles here heading into tonight. Now that the clocks have changed over the weekend, let's take a look at the newest sunset times. Today it was 4:48. It doesn't change as quickly over the next couple of weeks. They're kind of bottoming out in terms of darkness now this time of the year. In fact, the earliest sunset of the entire year is 4:25. So we only lose 23 minutes from here until the second week of December, and then we start to turn things around. So again, many dark weeks ahead, but we are going to start to make changes here as we go forward. Skywatchers checking in with temperatures in the 40s. Clinton, 47 degrees. Mike into Hartford with 50. 45 in Yorkville. Fairfield, 43. Westford, 46. Cooperstown with 48 degrees. A south wind is going to take place tonight. It's going to draw in some very warm temperatures tomorrow, but it's a relatively short window of warm weather. It does start to close on Wednesday as a cold front arrives. Storm Tracker 2 skycast tonight. Cloudy skies, a passing shower is expected. Overnight lows will be in the 40s. If anything, we're going to slowly rise overnight temperature-wise. A cloudy start to the day, but it quickly turns warm and partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures will be near 70 degrees by the early afternoon. Weather remains very warm tomorrow night. A cold front arrives on Wednesday morning. It brings widespread showers, windy conditions, and cooler weather as we head into Wednesday afternoon. A newly formed tropical storm Rafael has developed in the Atlantic. This is expected to move into the Gulf of Mexico as a hurricane, but it's running into less favorable conditions, so it will likely weaken before making landfall by late weekend. We'll keep an eye on that. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 46. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and warm, 71 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers on Wednesday, windy, 69. It cools down into the 50s, but a nice stretch of weather heading into the weekend, or at least the start of the weekend. Rain returns on Sunday.
Thank you.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. It's Monday, and of course, that look at the election day forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. It's going to be a warm one.
Yeah, temperatures in the 70s in the afternoon. It should be a very comfortable day to be outdoors. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies. Not record-breaking, but pretty close. It's very uncommon, not unprecedented, to get temperatures in the 70s in November. The odds of it happening is about once every 3 years. So again, it does happen, and it's most common in the beginning of the month. Of course, that makes sense because we only get colder as we move along. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few very light showers are possible, or I should say, are happening north of the Mohawk Valley. Temperature-wise, it is going to warm up again. Tomorrow we're going to be very mild, low 70s. We'll be warm Wednesday, but then things do cool down as we head into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Our current temperature is 51 degrees, which is the mildest it's been all day. Temperatures have been rising even after sunset. That's because we have a push of warmer weather on the way. And again, we're looking at overnight lows generally in the 50s, cloudy skies. I've got to look at a very warm day tomorrow before rain returns on Wednesday. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. There's good news tonight. Utica Police.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
It has been a cool, cloudy day in Central New York, and we're sitting at 48 degrees in downtown Utica. The winds of change are coming. We're starting to see a south wind kick in, and that is going to bring much warmer temperatures here as we head into tomorrow. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few very light rain showers to the west. These are going to work in, and we do expect a few showers overnight. It's all part of a warm front that is expected to move through. Now that we changed the clocks, let's take a look at the newest sunset times. Today it was 4:48. We don't lose much daylight going forward. Over the next couple of weeks, we lose a few minutes per day, but we get as dark as 4:25 is the earliest sunset of the year, and that happens in about a month. It's the second week of December. So we're almost there. I know this is a pretty big shock to the system for the evening time, but it's not going to get much darker going forward. Looking at temperatures around the state, notice the lighter greens to the west. That's the warm air that's starting to work in. 63 in Buffalo, Rochester 59, Rome 51. Rome's temperature, the warmest it's been all day. We've been stuck in the 40s for the majority of the day, but as that warm air works in, we'll see temperatures rise overnight. Again, some showers will work in from the west as we get into this evening. We have a big push of warm air working in from the south. That's going to be our weather for tomorrow, so we should see some breaks of sunshine. A cold front will be arriving early Wednesday, and that is going to put an end to the warm weather. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, a few showers overnight. Temperatures will slowly rise. They'll be in the mid-50s by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Mix of sunshine and clouds tomorrow. Warm temperatures near 70. This cold front arrives tomorrow night and into early Wednesday. So showers will be around Wednesday morning. It's going to be warm early in the day, and then temperatures will slowly fall as the winds pick up throughout Wednesday afternoon. We have Tropical Storm Rafael. It's expected to become a hurricane as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico, but conditions do favor this storm to weaken. So it is not expected to have major impacts along the East Coast, and that's going to be by the weekend. It's too early to say if this has any influence on our weather. Probably not. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 46. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, warm 70, 1 degrees for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Windy, cooler on Wednesday. Still warm though, 69. The weather does become more typical of November. Temperatures in the 50s. The one thing that's not typical, the string of sunshine. Usually we get pretty cloudy this time of the year, but we will. So we look ahead to Sunday and Monday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Bill. Coming up next, a 2-minute cast for your voting day. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. One of the warmest we've probably had in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Temperatures in the 70s tomorrow afternoon. We are back to the 70s. Looking at dry weather, so if you're heading out to vote, no worries weather-wise. The morning, the afternoon, the evening looks dry, comfortable, a little bit of a breeze. And again, a really nice election day across all of central New York. A few showers out there late this evening. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. This is all part of a warm front moving through. And again, 2 warm days ahead, tomorrow and Wednesday, before things start to come back to reality. We'll be back to the 50s here beginning Thursday. Currently, the temperature is 53, which is the warmest we've been all day. Temperatures are slowly warming up as that push of warm air arrives. Overnight lows will be in the 50s. We're expecting, again, that warm weather to be here tomorrow. A nice warm day ahead. We are tracking those changes, though. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. There's good news tonight. Utica Police tell us Utica.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look in downtown Utica. It's been a cloudy, cool day, but our current temperature is the warmest it's been all day. Sitting at 50 degrees in downtown Utica. We do have some rain on the way, moving in from the west. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This rain is going to be around tonight. This is all part of a warm front that will bring warm weather to our region tomorrow. Quick check at the sunset times. Today's sunset 4:48. Next week 4:40. We don't lose very much daylight at the end of the day going forward. In fact, the earliest sunrise of the year, 4:25. So it's only 13 or 23 minutes that we'll lose going forward. And the earliest sunset takes place the second week of December, so about 5 weeks away. And then we start the reverse. So we're kind of bottoming out here in terms of darkness at the end of the day. Again, it is a lot more dramatic since we've switched the clocks. Looking to the west, you can see this bright green. That's warmer air that's starting to work in, roam up to 53. And again, temperatures will rise throughout tonight as that warm weather arrives. Again, some showers out there this evening. This is all part of a warm front that's lifting northward. The rain out near Chicago will eventually arrive for Wednesday morning. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, again, some showers overnight. Temperatures start out in the 50s tomorrow. It might start out gloomy for a brief period of time, but that front lifts to the north. We should see a mix of sunshine and clouds in the afternoon. Temperatures hitting 70 degrees. Tomorrow night, the weather remains very mild. Overnight lows only in the 50s. A cold front arrives Wednesday morning. This brings widespread rain early in the day, followed by wind and a drop in temperature. It's still pretty warm with temperatures in the 60s. We have a newly formed tropical storm, Rafael, that's in the Atlantic. It's expected to move into the Gulf of Mexico as we get into the end of the week and into the weekend. It does look to weaken as it moves into a less favorable environment. So that is some good news. It's way too early to tell if this is going to have any influence on our weather. Probably not, just based on the fact that it looks to weaken quite a bit in the Gulf of Mexico, but we'll keep an eye on it. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 46. A warm day tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Windy on Wednesday, 69. 50s on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. A nice stretch of weather ahead with temperatures in the 30s at night. Rain returns on Sunday and Monday. We'll be right back.